Okay, I'm not going to be terribly interested in providing a video component to many of my screencasts. My voice and the screen that I'm looking at should be more than enough. But since this overview screencast of college composition has some pretty important policies in it, I want to make sure that I can try to make some sort of eye contact with you or to let you know that these policies are serious and they demand your adherence, I guess. So anyway, I'm going to try not to let my hands get too busy or anything like that. But all the same, let's look at CollegeComp TheBasics here. I know you're busy as a high school student. Your lives are very regimented and you have lots of expectations on your time. And I get that. All the same, though, I am not permitted to give you extensions. That's going to come up a couple of times. So when work is due, I have to collect it, I have to grade it, I have to return it to you. This is not my decision. Many college professors are allowed, and almost, I wouldn't say encouraged, but it's, you can work with people. Not quite the case in our situation, at least not at the moment. So don't even bother asking me for extensions on projects. When they're due, and I have to grade them. Access to technology. Have a backup plan for internet and computer access. You're not going to be able to get all the work done for this class in your classroom or even during school time. There will be weekends where you'll be busy, and definitely there'll be nights where you're busy as well. So be prepared to work out of school. I'm sympathetic to your situation if you have computer access issues. I can't do anything about it, though. I'm very sorry to say. Okay, let's see. I already said this. Online classes are a lot of work, so geez, these things are so important. Time management, proper planning, personal responsibility, and a consistent work ethic. Boy, each one of those, I could probably talk for 10 minutes on each of those. I'm not going to, but take charge of your own education. I don't have any time for victim mentality at all. You're choosing to take this class. Don't act like someone's forcing you to. They're not. Own your educational experience, please. Typical week, you'll have a sense that you can look at the week one screencast for sort of the major beats of the semester. But generally, Mondays are when you'll hear from me and when your new assignments will kind of come down the pike. You will do Google Drive extensively. From what I understand from the supporting teachers that are in your classrooms, you'll have some experience with Google Drive to start the semester off, which is awesome. If I could do something a little better with Google Drive, I hope you'll let me know. Grading and feedback. Every now and again, I get a student who is really on fire to know how they're doing on a given assignment, and I was definitely kind of that student myself, and so I'm sympathetic to it. But given the state of education, online education, you are one of 100 plus, maybe by the time we get our enrollment figured out, 1 out of 130 plus students that I have in this enrolled in this class. So I do want to get it back to you as soon as possible, but try not to hassle me about it, I guess. Give me a week. And if I haven't graded your stuff and put your grade in Angel in a week, then yeah, maybe something slipped through the cracks somehow. So feel free to contact me then. But I ask you for a week. And with the research project, maybe even a little more than that. I already said this. I cannot give you extensions. Good teaching is repetition as far as I'm concerned. So there's a nice repetition of a very important policy. Let's talk about a couple of my course policies here. Plagiarism. Okay, here we go. Eye contact. Looking right at you here. Do not cheat in this class. Do not pass someone else's words off as your own. This is crucial. I have to flunk so many students every school year as a result of thinking that getting online and either copying and pasting something you find from Google or the laziest stuff, or even paying for papers to be written. I'm going to know your writing very well. Within a few weeks, I'm going to know your style. I'm going to have a sense of how you put your sentences together, your syntax. And it's going to stick out like a sore thumb if there's massive changes to that syntax. I will find you. If you cheat, I will catch you. I will get you in as much trouble as possible. I probably will be able to flunk you. You'll have to pay for this class. It's free. It's free college credit, which is an incredible thing, which is one of the reasons why I love teaching it. You or someone in your family, somebody's going to have to pay for this class, and then you have to go get the credits in order to graduate from, an online academy. That tends to be what happens to most of the students that I've flunked in the past. I don't want that for you. I do not want that for you. Do not cheat. Write your own words. Let me help you with your own words. Okay? It's about as serious as I get. Email etiquette. It's so easy. Email used to be like the more formal way to contact people, and now people just treat emails like text messages. In that sense that they can be very short and abbreviated and emojis and blah blah blah. I'm a writing teacher, so I suppose I should care a little bit about how you put your emails together to me. I think it's just good practice for emailing professors in general in higher ed. So we'll be probably in contact quite a bit through email. Check your Stark State email regularly. I'm going to make this clear in the week 1 screencast. Make sure you go through the Stark State email app through the website. Don't work within Angel if you can all avoid it. Angel is just very buggy and unreliable. So anyway, there's some things I want your emails to do. Have a subject, address me, conclude. Don't demand a quick reply, please. Don't be unaware of class due dates. I'm very thorough with this whole schedule here. You should have a clear idea of when things are due. And it's a tough one too. Don't ask me to do your work for you, okay? If you start off with, do I have to or should I? Yes, you do. Okay, I know I said I'm done with serious stuff. I have one more really important thing here. I'm going to highlight this because it's extremely important. Okay, I even made a comment over here that you can read. Please read this carefully. Before you email me a question about an assignment or about an expectation or even a due date or a class timetable, before you email me any of those questions, it is on, I'm going to point, it is on you to look everywhere possible for that information. I create a lot of teaching materials, screencasts just like this. I create websites. I create lots of Google Docs that I expect you to read. The book, our textbook, is going to have lots of useful information. There's going to be a lot of stuff for you to go through. And when you email me questions that I've already answered somewhere else, you're wasting both of our time. Don't. Okay? You're not going to get a reply from me, or you're going to get a curt reply, let's say. I'm not going to be at my nicest if you email me lazily with an expectation for me to go find work that I've already provided you with. If it's information I've already given you, it's on you to find it first before you bother me. Okay? Most of the time I love getting your emails, and that's probably going to be true all semester, but not if you are trying to cut a corner. Okay, let's see. I'm a very quick reply. That comes up in my student evaluations every single semester. I get them to my phone. I get them to my devices, all around my house and my office. So as soon as I get your email, I'm very eager to respond to it. So please check for my response. Don't send me an email and then wait a day to check your email again. Okay, I'm probably going to get back to you a lot quicker than that. Probably. I got 2 little kids, so sometimes that might not be true, but for the most part. Let's see. You will have plenty of options to contact me. Email is going to be our best way to stay in touch. We're going to have lots of marginal conversations in your Google Docs. Okay, I borrowed this webcam from my IT department, but I have a laptop with a camera in it, so we can Skype, we can do iChat or Google Hangout. That's not even on here as an option, but there's lots of ways for us to be in touch. I will talk to you on the phone. You can call my office. We can arrange for a phone call to happen. I'm even going to visit your class at some point. I'm not sure how those are going to work out yet because there's been some changes this semester that I need to get some clarification on about when and how I'm allowed to visit. So not yet, but soon. One of the ways I'm trying to replace my early semester visit is by doing this video. So I'm starting to wonder if it's done. Okay. You're going to write, you have 5 major projects in here. The first one is Essay 1, and it's a timed essay that you will write this week. Essay 2 is about a meaningful place. Okay. Essay 3 is about trends and causes. Now this is about, you're going to more or less tell me a story here, and you're going to make it make sense to me. That's Essay 2. With Essay 3, we kind of shift over to, what do I want to say here? Or like a more argumentative type of thinking, or at least in a rhetorical sense. You're going to start figuring out ways to justify your beliefs, to make them make sense to other people. We're going to do those essays in order, and then we're going to do the big research project. It's a 5+ page research essay that logically supports a stance on an issue, and I'll have a lot to say about that. We spent like 6 weeks on the research project, and then towards the end of the semester, around November, about end of the first week in November, we'll get into the collaborative essay, where in groups of 3 to 4, maybe 5, you'll write an essay as a group that will make a proposal. Don't forget about the research project, by the way. I built lots of little steps into it. Your final portfolio will take a long view of your experiences here in CollegeComp. You'll have to do little reader responses. I have an assignment for next week. And peer review, which will make sense once we do it a time or two, where you're going to look at somebody else's essay, they're going to look at yours, you're going to give each other feedback, and I'm going to be there to grade it all, basically. Let's see. And then I get a lot of emails like, oh my goodness, my grade in Angel looks all screwed up. Sometimes Angel just, it doesn't work right. Angel is not being supported by the Blackboard company anymore, and so I'm expecting I've already seen lots of problems with it in the last school year, but now that there's no support system in place for it, I'm expecting even more. But all the same, I do put your grades into Angel as soon as I'm done grading all the essays or all the assignments. I write them all down, then I enter them all in at once. That's the least painful way for me to do it. Online behavior, I'm going to just knock wood here because I think that I've had a good streak of responsible students, and I hope you'll continue that streak by not being immature, by being respectful, all the things that college students should be expected to do without me saying it out loud, but I guess I'll say it anyway. Zero tolerance for immature or disrespectful behavior. All right. You have to turn stuff, Google Drive is going to make it very easy to turn in, so attendance and participation is not as difficult as it is maybe in face-to-face classes where you're expected to kind of occupy a space and, kind of fill up time. Your participation is going to be completing your assignments on time, and it's going to be giving authentic, sort of meaningful feedback. All right, and then you can read the rest of this yourself. I'm going to give you lots of strategies to make your writing better. I'm not going to give you busy work. I cannot stand work that is just homework for homework's sake. I hope you're not getting too much of that in high school, but I'm assuming that you're getting some. And I'll be available to talk about your writing, in many different contexts. But in exchange for that, you got to want to get better at writing. It's just that simple. You have to want to get better. You don't have to like writing. You certainly don't have to love writing, but you have to appreciate the role that writing is going to play in your life for as long as you see yourself going down a college career path. Okay, and then, check your email daily, manage your time wisely. This is a really tough one. Eliminate excuses. Eliminate excuses. Own your education. Be responsible for your own learning. Easy for me to say, tough for some of you to do. And then this class is free as long as you pass it. So I want you to pass this class. There's a lot of work to be done in it, but as long as you keep up, I think I've very rarely had students not pass my classes when they didn't keep up with the work. So that would be my strongest bit of advice, is to don't procrastinate, don't put things off, don't wait until the last minute. Don't assume that the paper you start writing at 3 in the morning when it's due at 9 a.m. the next day is going to be any good. You got to carve this class into your life no matter what. And if you do, you'll have a very productive 15 weeks with me, 16 total, I guess. And if you don't, well, I don't know, you're probably not going to like me very much. And then on that positive note, I will leave you be. Thank you.